Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is in your part of the world, whenever you listen to this. It's early morning here. There is a meditation that finally brought me to sleep, probably for about 10 minutes before I realized what it was that was spinning in my mind, and it was self-doubt. I can't do this. I can't do it. So, whatever your version of I can't do this, and whatever reason why, um, give yourself some compassion and listen to yourself. Just listen. And I am embarrassed to say that it took me so long to listen to myself because I kept on reassuring myself. I kept on saying, you just got to trust it's okay, trust it's okay. And I kept on doing reassurance. And as a kid, I got one or two things when it was hard. One is reassurance. It's okay, you can do this. It's all right. You can do it. Just trust, right? Why anybody puts that word before trust? I have no idea. Trusting is hard when you've got self-doubt. So breathe into and lean in to the body sensations, the shaking, the mind. Like, I mean, there's only so many pockets to put those thoughts. So as I was counting my thoughts and putting them in, like, you can think about this later. Right now, come back to your breath. Right? That way of like just compartmentalizing everything. Just come back to, yeah, and something's really bothering you and it's really hard. Something's really bothering you. Now, with organizing trips, and part of this trip is organizing for groups, um, and I've taken people to Cuba many times, and I've taken people to India and Bali, and it's, as you know, it's worked out really well. So like you can trust you can do this kind of thing. Something different here. There's something different. Why is it that trust is so hard? And when when there's a lot of background noise, if it were so easy to mute somebody like I just did, you can't do that in the middle of the night. You just can't. Like, if only there were a mute button. Like my mind would just be quiet, I could sleep. And breathe into like that longing for a mute button, longing for your for mind to be quiet. And it did eventually be quiet. It was quiet when it was like, I know I have the story that it's my job to keep everybody happy. I need to be in partnership with somebody else or a small enough group that everybody understands that it's not my job to make you happy. That is an old, old story. So when you have doubts, consider, what are the old stories? And then maybe you have to look for some more. The one that I remembered is when I won a contest to read a poem that I'd written to the entire school. This is when was in first grade, by the way, second grade. And when I won, and I'm sitting there with the announcement of this, like, I just started crying. I just started crying when it came to like actually reading the poem. And the teacher said to me, "You don't have to do it. It's okay. We'll just cut to another announcement." And I was like, I really wanted to do it. And what I really wanted as I redo that, I really wanted her to say, "You can do this today if you want, or we could try it tomorrow in a smaller bite. You can do it just for like this class. Try reading it for just this class. And that's your choice." I really long for giving that little Barbara, or Barbie, as at that time. You can call me Barbie, I don't mind. Giving her that choice, a small bite. So what finally got me to sleep is like self-doubts. Is there something smaller you can do to help build up your confidence? Is there another thing you can do to meet that need? That's a great thing if you've got a background in nonviolent communication, is to look for the need, and maybe there's another way to meet that need. And it was like I time traveled back to that little girl and said, "It's okay, honey. In this moment, you don't have to do it. You can do another version, a smaller version." See, that's a problem when I share, like, "Oh, I've got self-doubt," with my partner. Immediately says, "Just don't do it. Just don't do it." Because that's his go-to when you have self-doubt, when you're scared. Just don't do it. And that never works. You never really meet that part of you that's scared when you just don't do it, right? That's a kind of like a version of loving kindness. You don't have to do it. And what else can you do to meet that need? Like for me, as a child, God, if only I'd had to be able to think of that. And what put me to sleep last night is, if it's too much, do a smaller version. And it was like, of course, you can do it, honey. You've done it 1,000 times. So use your own example of self-doubt and start with compassion. Start with leaning into, like last night, I did not take a sleeping pill. I did not, it was just staying with what's going on here. And of course, there are always sleeping pills. I'm not telling you to do or not do something. And give yourself space to meditate with it, be with it. Give yourself options. Are there other ways to meet that need? Can I love myself in another way? Hold myself with compassion, with love, with tenderness. Because believe me, it's an old story. It's an old, very, very old thing. It's such a strong memory in my mind now. Go to the strong memories. Redo them. See what it is that would shift them. Not as a way of reassurance, but sometimes, a friend said, sometimes reassurance can feel really good. Make sure you let people know when reassurance feels good because it has a bad rap. And offer that to your loved ones. Listen, listen to all the self-doubt and say, well, can we take a small step and then during the day do that? Not at night. A small step. Can we, and then I have another 100 examples of offering that to a loved one, including silence, listening to their turmoil, looking for neutral people. And in this snowy world today, most of my neutral people will be online, which is fine. You can sort of see where you can just listen. And then offer it to all beings. I was imagining in my neutral world a way that I could offer that, by the way. Actually, I was going straight to the neutral person that stimulates a little bit of pain and a way to offer listening and a small step. And then may all beings benefit from our practice of 100% compassion when you doubt yourself in any way. And then, rather than reassurance, if he or she is ready, offer a little step or offer meeting the need in another way. Asking permission first, including yourself. Ask permission. Thank you so much.